Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Making sure my audio is working. How are you guys doing today? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the channel. Korean man, oh thank you. Are you saying you're from Korea? That's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I don't think we've had anybody ever say Korea. I'm honored. How's everybody doing today? So far we got one person in. I go live at random sometimes. Sometimes I'll post a video at random. I'm a very random person. Okay. Okay, this is public, making sure it's public before, anything else. Wait for more people to jump on in. So if you guys start jumping up in the comments, just say hello. I'll get right to you, making sure everybody sees that we are going live. Because not everybody finds out we're going live at the last minute. So that's my fault most of the time. What's going on? Hey, not much, Trent. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Thank you for watching. Really appreciate that. Just making sure more people are jumping on it. Jamie, how you doing? Hey, friend, coming at you from Connecticut, U.S. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do, Jamie. Thank you so much. Wow, I'm honored. I'm honored. Some people are seeing. I'm making sure more people jump on in, but guys, just keep talking. I appreciate it. I really do. We're going to talk about the most recent video I posted, which was the Ghost Stories video. And we're going to talk about horror movies and stuff like that along those lines for a little bit, sit here and chat with you guys. Haven't talked to you guys in a while. Connecticut here too. Wow, 2 people from Connecticut. That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Really, thank you. Drinking some Mike's Hard really quick. So how are you guys doing tonight while we wait for more people to jump on in? Drinking another hard strawberry. Pretty good, pretty tasty. And good news, I will be giving you guys a COVID update on Michael and me. Some good news, no bad news. Really good news, actually. A lot better than what we were about 2 weeks ago. I'll tell you that much. So I'm out of quarantine now. Quarantine has finally ended. I'm very happy about that. Michael's quarantine's ended. He's back to work. I was born not far from where you live, George. Oh, really? Really? Oh, by the way, guys, slash that like button if you like this type of content, by the way. If you want to support the channel anyway, hit the like button. Really, though, I was born, I live, right now I live in Leesburg, Ohio. But I was born in Washington State myself. Anyways, our situation with COVID has improved a lot. I'm no longer feeling ill. Michael's no longer feeling ill. He's back to work. He's doing better. I am currently debating on what films to watch. I'm going to be watching another Tales from the Crypt episode tonight, and I'll be posting that on Patreon. So if you're a patron, you'll be getting the next episode of Tales from the Crypt, the watch along. Hi everybody. Hi Dr. Vic. How are you doing, Sebastian? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that, man. I really do. If I ignore you for just a second, I'm only making sure people are starting to jump on the live stream by sending them links to the live stream. So probably throw that on the Discord thing too. Make sure people are aware that I'm live. Look how unprofessional I am right now. But it's been a busy week. Just been doing small video reactions. So we're only gonna have 3 more days left for video reactions. So if there's any YouTuber or anything you want me to watch while I have all this free time, because we're gonna go through the next few days, obviously, of quarantine and whatnot, doing small videos, and then we're gonna be free to do movie reactions again. And I cannot wait to get back to the movie reactions, because I'll tell you what, there are some movies I'm dying to watch. So, and I can't watch movies. I can watch older movies I've already seen, but I can't watch no new movies because I'm waiting for those movie reactions, So, it's just easier that way. That's really good. That's a really good drink, actually. I've actually grown fond of the strawberry one. Wasn't a big fan at first, but I've kind of grown fond of it. Yeah, keep talking, guys. Make sure I'm just trying to make sure nothing's lagging out or nothing like that. Nothing's stopping you from talking. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just talk. It's all good. I am just currently trying to get more people to come up on the live stream. It is a weekday, so a lot of people are probably at work, which is understandable. but never hurts to still send them a link and try, you know? So I'm just sending the links out. We got 2 likes and 4 viewers. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate that. I'm just giving you guys a quick update on everything that's going on. The paranormal video I posted talking about how if we hit 10,000 subscribers, that's when we're going to post a legitimate paranormal ghost video talking about both mine, Michael's ghost stories, my family's ghost stories, everything that's happened in our lives. We still get encounters every once in a while. So, like, we still live in a haunted house. This house is haunted. And we still get encounters. So, like, and everything that will be in the video will be 100% true. It's whether it's your decision whether you believe them or not, but it is 100% true whether you believe it or not. So, we have a lot of stories. So it's going to be a video that I was debating on actually trying to make a bigger budget for, like actually making a full-length movie kind of thing where we talk about the hauntings and stuff that we've encountered. But I felt like we didn't need to go that far. I just be like, you know, it'll give everybody something to look forward to, because, you know, we don't want to make everything right away. We want people to look forward to certain content. So once we hit 10,000 subscribers, that video will happen. It will be a 10,000 subscriber thank you and appreciation for you guys who support the channel, who wanted to hear the ghost stories that me and Michael have encountered. And we've told the ghost stories here on the channel before, so you could probably go to older videos and find them, but we felt like we wanted to go into more detail. We wanted to actually go to maybe some of these locations that we have actually seen things and show you with our cameras. So, like, that it'll give us time to do that. It's absolutely going to be one of those things to where, yes, it's going to take a while for it to happen, but it's going to give you guys something to look forward to with the channel's future. Like, it's going to be like, wow, once we hit 10,000, that's when that video's coming out, and it's, you know, if you're that excited for it, at least. And there'll be a lot of editing with that video, and a lot of focusing, putting things together, being as serious as possible. We want to be as serious as possible when we talk about stuff like that. So I really do appreciate you guys listening and jumping on in. Jamie, I don't know if you've ever answered this before or not, but how do you feel about haunted houses, walks around Halloween? Would you ever go to a Halloween Horror Nights if you haven't already? All right, I'll tell you some stories about my first, because I actually went on my first, into my first haunted house experience when I was probably about 2 years ago when I first went. My friend Brandon Bolander took me to my first haunted house, and I remember that they pushed me into, like, there was like a male stripper in one of these haunted houses, and they were pushing me towards him, and they he had like his butt in my face and everything. Felt so uncomfortable. And not only later after that, I actually like slid, like they told me to watch my step because they've been in it so many times, but I didn't hear them until like the right moment. And so when I went, I slid on one of my feet, like one of my feet, I slid down on like this piece of wood that was just like supposed to be the step to go down, and I didn't see it, so I slid on it, and my other foot went over my head, and I hit a wall. Like, it was so insane. And after that, it was like opening night, so after that, all the actors and stuff, they came out and started talking to each other and stuff, and we all sat down and like had a conversation with the guys who were like trying to scare me and stuff. That was my first experience. I've worked at several haunted houses, and I've scared the hell out of a lot of people. I played a demonic bus driver at one point, which was crazy fun. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. I tried to mix a bit of Freddy Krueger with that demon bus driver. But yeah, I've been to several haunted houses. I would love to go to some of these places, but you know, the real thing is that we just don't have the money to go to these places, like, you know, Halloween Horror Nights or like Disney's Halloween thing or anything like that. We just don't have the money to do it. We would love to do it, but we just don't have that money right now. But if the channel grows to be more successful, then absolutely, we'll definitely consider doing stuff like that and recording our encounters. So, like, yeah, I think that'd be fun. Absolutely. Making sure people are jumping on in. And I appreciate that, Jamie. That's a good question, by the way. I really appreciate that. Make sure more people jump in here. Not a lot of people are seeing the link I'm leaving them. So definitely want to make sure people jump on in. Let me send one to you. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling quite a bit better, dude. I'm feeling quite a bit better. Obviously, I'm not like 100% yet. I used to be like I used to say like I was at like 62% or something like that. I'm not really at 100. I could probably definitely say I'm about 89% now, almost ready to go back to it, and I'm ready to go back to it. I mean, I'm right now I'm doing pretty good at my reactions. They've been helping me a lot, just kind of get through it, and I'm just so exhausted and everything, and I'm just like sitting here watching small videos, and they do help. So I definitely, and people have been enjoying it, so I appreciate that. People actually have been watching a lot of the videos I've been posting. Not like nearly as many as like movie reactions, but it helps. I'm not overdoing it on myself. FaZe, what's up, Jordan? Not much. Giving people updates, and we're talking about future content and whatnot. The supernatural paranormal video that we plan on doing once we hit a certain goal. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. I'm just chilling with you guys for a little bit, talking about future content. Hope you've been feeling better. I'm about at an 89% right now. I've been feeling a lot better. Michael has been feeling a lot better. Michael's actually back at work, so like that's a big plus. So Michael's doing a lot better than he was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he was like laying in his bed, passed out all day, just not feeling good at all. He was really out of it, and he is doing a lot better now. Had COVID in February, but I got an antibody infusion and had barely no symptoms. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing all right, chilling. I'm about the same. Just chilling, enjoying the conversations I'm having with you guys. But yeah, I think it was Trent who asked me about the. No, it was Jamie who asked me about the haunted houses, which he would love to see me go into, or me and Michael go into like these haunted houses, like at Universal Studios and stuff like that. Really have a good time, and I told him once the channel becomes more bigger and more successful, that is absolutely something we will consider, because that does sound like a good time. And since I've never been to Universal Studios or done any of those things, that would be a really new experience, and that could be that could be a really good time. So, been writing more song. Oh, nice to hear that. Nice to hear that. Really, really, that's awesome. And I'm supposed to be getting another package from Philip, more of his artwork. So I'll be unboxing some artwork of his probably here in the next couple days or so when it gets here. We did not get the chance to go check the mail today because we've been really busy. My grandma is back home, by the way, if you really wanted to know about that situation. My grandma is back home. She's extremely weak right now, but she is back home, which is a plus. I mean, she's been in the hospital for almost 2 weeks now, so... glad you guys are feeling better. Thomas Miller, thank you for joining us. Glad you guys are feeling better. I just got stuck into quarantine myself. I feel like crap right now, but I'm glad to see you back at it. Thomas Miller, well, I appreciate that. I'm very sorry to hear that you're in quarantine now. I'm still in quarantine, but it's practically, well, today was the end of quarantine, but we're going to wait a few more days before I start doing movie reactions, so I know for 100% I'm just better and back at it. But it's practically over. We've really have had some symptoms here and there, nothing crazy, but we're finally getting through it. So it's been a pain in the ass few weeks, but anyways, I mean, I've been kicking out a lot of videos for you guys, and I hope you guys have been entertained by them. I know they're not movie reactions. I know they're not what you guys want to see. You guys want to see movie reactions, but as long as you guys are entertained by them and you guys still watch them, then I'm at least that's good to know that you were entertained while waiting. Huck, good day, mate. Can't chat for long because I'm back at work, but I'm glad to hear that you're getting better. Well, I appreciate that, Chuck. I appreciate that, Huck. I almost called you Chuck for a second. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, and thank you for even taking the moment out of work just to say that. It really is appreciated. I plan on sending you something. I hope you do not have. However, I have to find it first. Oh well, you don't have to send us something, man. But we always appreciate you never have to send us anything. We've always just been appreciated that you guys would like our content, slay our like buttons, view our channel, subscribe to the channel. We've had a lot of subscribers these past few days. We've gained over 500 something subscribers just last month, which is just crazy to think about. Hell yeah, she back home. That's great, man. Hope she's feeling better. She's feeling better, but she's so weak. She's still trying to get through it, but hopefully it'll get better soon. Hopefully. Have you watched the movie Misery? I have seen the movie Misery, and thank you for joining us, Lavelle. I have seen the movie Misery. It's one of my favorite Stephen King adapted movies. Michael has a reaction on the channel right now to the movie. because he had never seen it. So it was really cool to see him get to watch that for the first time. Good God. During a week-long event Calgary used to have called Screamfest, they had great haunted houses. Best for me had to be the one that was in pitch black. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, no, I've been in a couple haunted houses. The first one I went to was like 2 years ago. I wasn't like big on them. I never liked the idea of going into a house where I'm gonna be like people are gonna be in my face and shit. And they've had very intense haunted houses in the past, not like here in Ohio that I'm aware of, but like some haunted houses where like you have to sign a waiver and these guys can like grab you and pull you into like a room or something and like yell in your face and stuff. And I'm just not into that. I don't want to be, grabbed and like it's just like that's my personal bubble. And even the workers or the employees have to understand that they could be punched, they could be kicked because you might scare someone to the point of where they want to punch you in the face. I remember I almost got punched in the face because I worked at several haunted houses. I remember one time I was dressed like a clown. This was back in the day when I was a bit more bigger and bulky. So I was dressed like a clown and I was hiding behind like a rock. And this big guy, really big guy, came around the corner and I scared him and he almost punched me. And I backed off a bit because I thought he was going to swing at my face and this guy would have laid me out like nothing. So I backed up and I'm glad I stopped myself because there was a ledge like right below me, like right behind me. There was a ledge going straight down into like a giant ditch of just sticks, and that would have probably sent me to the hospital. I don't know if this is all right. I don't know if this is all right, but Jordan, you should react to Venom. No, that is all right, man. I've had people tell me I need to react to Venom, and after watching the trailer for the second one, I might have to go ahead and do that. So that's not a bad thing. I might do that actually. All good, my friend. I better go and hope the next stream will be on the weekend here in Sydney. I think our next stream is going to be on Friday. Hopefully you can make it though. I hope you can. So I appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you so much for doing that. Who likes horror more, you or Michael? Me. I'm a way bigger horror movie fan than Michael is, and that's not like bashing Michael. That's just me being honest. Like he likes horror a lot, and he's really gotten into it this past year. With both me and him doing a lot of horror movie stuff, but that's why Lane Irvin, I actually made a video where not too long ago. Well, it was actually a long time ago when we made it. Lane was actually going to be where Michael is right now. And Lane was the other big horror guy. Like his level of knowledge when it comes to horror movies is like, we're not saying that we're like, above anybody when we talk about horror movies, but we know our shit. And me and Lane are both guys who could have conversations back and forth about like horror movie ideas. We could talk about horror movie like situations, like certain movies. We have like theories about certain movies, like Halloween movies or Friday the 13th. We'll just sit there and theorize. And we just really get into it. And me and Lane were going to be the two guys who sat on this channel and talked about horror movies all the time. But Lane couldn't do it. He has a kid. He has a family. All understandable. He has his own things to do. He's been wanting to come back to the channel, though, and try to do more stuff. There's actually a video I posted the other day called Lane's Death, a Friday the 13th retro fan skit, which was a lot of fun to make when back in the day. But yeah, he was gonna be the other guy because he and me have like a connection of like the love for horror films like no other friend I have. Do you think you and Michael will ever record together? Yeah. I think we'll record together. We've had our own thing going to where like it's just been so unique to kind of just film separately. Like other YouTubers, other channels do this like giant collaboration thing where they're sitting in a room with their buddies and stuff. And it's been done so many times that like this way it's almost more interesting to see two different people react to a movie. It's kind of our own unique thing, but we have talked about filming together for sure. When it has been done. We have several videos on the channel where we've actually sat down and just watched a movie together. See you, buddy. See you, Huck. Thank you for joining us, man. The book, as always, is better than the movie. However, Misery did a great job. The adapted I've read some of the book because me and Lane, speaking of Lane, were actually reading that book in middle school, and he would tell me about certain things about it and stuff, and it was just crazy. I used to love haunted houses, but now I have a heart condition, so I don't go anymore. That's probably the best. Yeah, they can get crazy. Sebastian, yeah, haunted houses that have people jumping out and doing boo are as annoying as overused orchestral jump scares. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I remember when I was working at my one haunted house, and I was at the kiddie section, like there was like a hayride and stuff, and I was dressed as a zombie. And I remember my cousin Sarah was there too, and I remember we were both working as zombies. And no joke, one of the girls out of nowhere, and there's nothing that takes you out of a situation more than when someone like starts flirting with you in the middle of the middle of the job. I started laughing. It was crazy. She was literally saying, oh wow, you're so hot. Can I have your number and stuff and all? And she would not let up. And I'm doing my best to scare these people, and they're all laughing at this point, and I just give up. I just walked away. I'm like, whatever. And they just, yeah, she would not stop. And she was a cute girl, but I was just like, I am busy working. I feel the same way about places that require a waiver like that. I asked about your first haunted house, and even then it sounded more immersive than I could handle. Have you ever seen Hell House LS? I don't know if I have seen Hell House LS. Maybe I have. I might have. Sebastian, I so want to find an actual haunted house in Alberta or Canada in general because I'm open to finding real ghosts. Absolutely. I mean, I've had so many experiences to where like I'll probably never get used to actually like hearing or seeing the things I've seen. I'm no psychic, but I've seen crazy shit. So I'll just never get used to it. It can be crazy. I like haunted houses because I'm evil. Oh hell no, man. You can love haunted houses for all you want. It doesn't mean you're evil. Haunted houses actually, people get a real good kick out of haunted houses. My friend Lane wants to get me to go to haunted houses with him all the time. Brandon Bollinger wants to get me to go to haunted houses with him all the time. I'm a scaredy cat. With horror movies, not so much. But when it comes to real, actual shit where people can grab me, get in my face, and scream at me, I'll jump. I'm not gonna lie. I'll jump. That's it. That shit's not funny to me. Making sure everybody can see my. I'm hoping more people are jumping on in because I don't know if a lot of people are jumping on into the live stream, which is okay. Doesn't need to be a winner tonight. I just wanted to give an update, tell you guys my current situation. Once we hit, and since a lot of you guys are jumping on in, a lot of you guys have been asking if you guys could like hear mine and Michael's ghost stories, our real supernatural experiences and whatnot. And I said, and I made a video today saying that we will do that when we hit 10,000 subscribers. But that's not because, obviously that's not trying to win over 10,000 subscribers. That's actually going to give us enough time to actually do the things we want to do for a video like that. Because if we're going to make a video, it's going to be a one-time thing to where, you guys can go back to it and watch it whenever you want. But we want to make it as professional as possible. We want to be as serious as possible. I want to be able to go to some of these locations, film some of these landscapes for the video and stuff, and put them in the video so you guys can see where we might have actually seen or heard some of these certain things. So, like, I think that would be probably the best way to handle it. And if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. So, I mean, 10,000 subscribers, it'll give us the time in between to kind of just slowly prepare for it. And we can keep doing our movie reactions and all of our reactions in the meantime and, entertain you guys with those things before we do something different like that. Spirit Scar, when are you going to watch Santa Sangria? Feeling very discouraged from sending you films again. No, don't. I mean, you don't have to ever send me films. Actually, I have Santa Sangria, like, right on that movie shelf, right over there on the shelf. So, like, it was going to happen. We've been, Spirit Scar, we've actually been in quarantine these past 2 weeks because of COVID. Michael had gotten, I was exposed to COVID because of a certain relative in the family. And then certain things happened, and then I got exposed. But we actually had to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. Santa Sangria was actually announced on Patreon that it was going to be done before we got immersed in the quarantine. If you go on my Patreon, if I could pull Patreon up and cut it out. I actually made an announcement saying that Santa Sangria was my next surprise reaction, so I was going to do it. But then quarantine happened, and then we got exposed. My sister started feeling ill. My grandma had to be sent to the hospital. We were in quarantine. I started feeling sick. I couldn't stay up late at night. So, like, yeah, it was going to happen actually like 2 weeks ago. But unfortunately, got really ill and was in bed a lot. So I've been doing a lot of small videos these past 2 weeks, kind of making up for the time because I just didn't want to have to sit down and edit a movie reaction because movie reactions take a lot of time and focus to edit, and I just wasn't feeling up to it. So it is going to happen. Don't worry. I'm sorry that it's taking as long as it is. It will happen. And plus, the patrons who pay monthly, they decide technically when my next movie reaction is going to be. So Santa Sangria has been on those polls a couple times now, and it hasn't won. But that's when I decided to say, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because you've been asking me. So I'm kind of glad you're actually on here so I can explain myself because I didn't know any other way to kind of get a hold of you. So don't feel like I'm not gonna do it because there are so many movies people have told me to watch, and there are so many movies on my shelf right now that weren't there until the channel started growing, and people are always expecting me to watch them like right away. And I do promise I will get to it, and it will be done probably sooner than later because as I said, it was going to be done like 2 weeks ago. But thank you for jumping on in, Spirit Scar. I really mean that. I mean that. Um, do you have a favorite horror movie? A buddy introduced me to the movie with the clown that cut someone in half. Forgot the name. The Terrifier. It was called Terrifier. Yeah. Oh, don't feel like a jerk. Don't feel like a jerk. I feel like a jerk because I didn't know any other way to get to a hold of you, and I've been just kind of hoping that you would catch me on a live stream like you did now, and I could explain myself. Don't feel like a jerk. I've obviously seen that you haven't been on some of the live streams lately, so you probably didn't know that I was actually in quarantine. But no, don't feel like a jerk. 100% understandable. Your movie reaction is coming. I actually had it on my desk like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna watch this. And the next day happened, and yeah, we got the news and everything, and it just sucked. It really was not. It was bad timing. Like, any movie. Do you have a favorite horror movie? But do you have a favorite horror movie? It was called Terrifier. My favorite horror film of all time is actually John Carpenter's Halloween. I mean, that's like an obvious answer, but that is my legitimate favorite horror film of all time. Any movies that you would like to revisit for a reaction, like something you've seen before when you were younger? Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers. Someone sent me Small Soldiers not too long ago. I seen that as a kid. Haven't watched it in a long time. Hello, people. Sebastian, lots of haunted locations here and here in Manitoba and also everywhere in Canada. Chris, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate that. Really do. But yeah, don't worry. I know a lot of you guys have been really wanting movie reactions lately, and they will be coming. I'm messing around. It's such a strong and unique film. I'm looking forward to your reaction. I'm really looking forward to watching it. I really am. Uh, and as soon as I'm completely 100% better, it's coming. Actually, that's probably going to be the first one I watch, and I'll go on to my next and next and next and next. Love it. Excited for Halloween Kills. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have I have not been excited for a slasher film in a long ass time. That movie looks fucking phenomenal. Do you think they should stop making Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street movies? No. No, I don't. And the reason why I don't, and I think, yeah, maybe some here and there, like the remakes and stuff for certain movies, they fucked up, obviously, but I enjoy the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I enjoy some aspects of the Friday the 13th remake. I really hated the Halloween 2 Rob Zombie remake. That movie is in my top probably 10 worst films of all time. So, I mean, it's tough, man. I love stuff. If you love it, why would you want it to stop? It kind of thing. I love Halloween. I love Friday the 13th. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know. I would never want them to stop. Do I think they need to get the right people involved? Yeah. I think they need to get the right people involved. I think they're always throwing these people in there who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And that's why these movies suck. Rob Zombie is, he did good with the first Halloween film, but then they gave him they gave him more of an open job. They gave him more. They took the leash off, let's just say. They took the leash off of Rob Zombie when he was making Halloween 2, and he got to make the movie he wanted to make. And since the studios actually started rushing him to get the movie out faster, he started kind of being a rebel, and he released a really shitty-ass movie. Like, it was a big mistake to give him free range for that movie, and that's why it sucks. Rob Zombie is a very creative, a very talented guy when it comes to filmmaking. He has a very cool overall vibe for his movies, a really cool look, but he's just not a filmmaker. That's not right of me to say. He is a good filmmaker. I love House of 1,000 Corpses. He did a really good job with his trilogy of the Firefly trilogy, but after everything other than that, I mean, Lords of Salem was all right. I enjoyed some aspects of 31, though it could be like a really big pain in the ass to watch. So, Halloween 2 was awful. Halloween 2 is a god-awful embarrassment to the Halloween franchise. Like, seriously. Small Soldiers is an underrated. I think so too, Thomas. I think so too. An underrated gem. But anyways, yeah, I want to see them make more Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is my favorite slasher franchise of all time. I enjoy most of the movies in the Friday the 13th franchise. I mean, even the bad ones are kind of guilty pleasures for me. I enjoy Jason Goes to Hell for what it is. I mean, that's how much I love the franchise. But Nightmare on Elm Street is a little bit easier for me to answer. Nightmare on Elm Street is not my go-to slasher franchise. I enjoy a lot of the films in it. I think Dream Wars is one of the best slasher films of all time. But if you had to ask me, I think they should just reboot A Nightmare on Elm Street and kind of go back to the original Freddy style, but recast Freddy, do things differently, do a different story. Doesn't need to be Nancy again. Just reboot it in a different way. And I think that's probably the best way to take it. Yeah. But Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was awful. Yeah, I loved Halloween 2018. So I mean, you can have a bad movie in your franchise and still deliver a great movie. Like, for example, like Friday the 13th almost got better and better and better as the movies went on until like after 4. I saw news of the new Friday the 13th in the works and let out an audible sigh. I know, right? Never watched Nightmare on Elm Street because the movies looked super cheesy. I'd say check them out, man. I'd say check them out. The first one by Wes Craven is a horror masterpiece. It is a cinematic masterpiece. It is so unique and so crazy in its own right. I think it will definitely surprise you. Later on, the films kind of get really cheesy, as you said. But I think that there's a charm to it in a certain way. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to tell you to watch it. I'm just saying, give it a shot, and maybe you might be surprised. But yeah, Friday the 13th. I heard about the news with Corey Feldman saying that they're gonna be doing. They got the situation resolved and everything. That he's gonna have like, they're wanting to do like a Tommy Jarvis versus Jason thing, like they kind of did with 2018's Halloween when Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers went at it. I don't know if it's true or not because he heard it at a party, and I feel like this would be more publicly announced if it was true because everybody's been dying for a Friday the 13th movie. If they redo Nightmare, please keep practical. If I agree. Yes, that is another thing that the remake did that people did not like is the CGI, overuse of CGI for the Nightmare remake. And that wall scene when Freddy's coming out of the wall and you see the gloves go through the wall sticker. It looked so fucking fake. KBH, how you doing? Have you seen Two Evil Eyes? I have not. I've never heard of Two Evil Eyes before. That sounds interesting, though. I might have to look into that. I really will. Thank you for that suggestion, that announcement. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining us, man. A lot of new faces jumping on in, and I appreciate that. I really do. And I always say I appreciate that, but I always have to, I always feel like I need to be appreciated to you guys. So if that gets annoying, I apologize. I know my place. But yeah, no, to me, I'm more open. I'm more ready for a Friday. Obviously, Friday the 13th is my favorite slasher franchise of all time. I'm open. I need a new Friday film. George Romero, Argento. Oh, okay. Ooh. Well, that's encouraging. KBH, good to see you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to see you too. Thank you for joining. I love the original Hills Have Eyes. The original Hills Have Eyes is fantastic. I'll tell you what, though. This is rare of me to say, but I prefer the remake. It's rare. It's a very rare thing for me to say, but the remake to me is a better film. I love the original Hills Have Eyes. Really atmospheric, really good stuff. The remake was on a different level of just terrifying. You should find Michael and scare him. Actually, it was actually one of those things like, if the channel started becoming more successful, I was going to do shit like I was going to buy an Annabelle doll replica from like Trick or Treat Studios and send it to him in the mail. Or like just put it in his closet or something and do some crazy shit like that and record it. The Hills Have Eyes, yes. Good to see you. If you ever watch Count Jacula, he makes a very good argument about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yes, it's crap, and there's a genius in that. Could have worked if they had been their own property. Yeah, I agree. I agree. There is some genius behind that movie. I mean, I'll even defend that Sheriff Brackett was the best character in that movie. He was engaging. His scene when he cries about a certain death in the movie was just heartbreaking. The way he pulled it off was just so real and raw. It was a fantastic performance. Brad Dourif is a phenomenal actor. The remake was awesome. I agree. I agree, Thomas. If the Rob Zombie remakes of Halloween had been their own franchise with a new killer, rather than deviating from what we know of Halloween with Laurie, Michael, and Loomis, there's potential. Yeah, absolutely. And it was an interesting way to take Loomis. I don't like it. He's such a big piece of shit. I can't back him up when he does make that good decision towards the end. I just want to see him die at this point because he's such a fucking horrible guy. They did Loomis dirty, and I didn't like that. Loomis is one of my favorite characters in film of all time. So, what a piece of shit thing to do. Samantha, thank you for joining. Miss Albatross, thank you for joining. How are you doing tonight? Hope Lane's doing good. I saw that video of him earlier eating a burger, and I'm like, damn, that looks nice. How about Wind Chill with Emily Blunt? Never heard of that one. Like you're listing off a lot of movies I've never heard of, and that's interesting. I might have heard of that movie. Maybe. I know they just dropped the new Suicide Squad. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a reaction to Suicide Squad because I'd feel weird doing a reaction to Suicide Squad when I haven't even done reaction to the other DC movies. Are you going to watch the Suicide Squad? Speaking of, yeah. Are you going to watch the Suicide Squad? That's up to you guys. If you really want to see a reaction to Suicide Squad, I'm not going to argue. I will try. It would be weird doing it and not having reacted to other DC movies, you know? It'd be like how the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre changed the Sawyer to the Hewitts, which I actually didn't mind. I actually thought the Hewitts were pretty scary. I just saw it tonight. Did you? I heard some good things about the Suicide Squad. I really did. I heard it was a lot better than that one. I didn't like that movie too much. I liked it at first, but after I watched it and I tried to watch it again, I really saw too many flaws with it, and it wasn't fun. Don't watch that. I did. I already have. I've seen that one I've seen it when it first came out. I think 2016. Strange Invaders. No, I haven't heard of that one either. Strange Invaders from 1983. Damn, I need to start writing some of these down. Well, I can always go back to these live streams and look at what you guys recommend. Some police sirens are going by, so if you guys hear that, my apologies. Yeah, no, it's such a fucking Spaced Invaders. I've never heard of Spaced Invaders either. I've never heard of these movies. Love Strange Invaders. The villains made of black bubbles and Suicide Squad look like something out of Power Rangers. I did not like that. I thought that was a cheap way to kind of do what the Avengers and stuff did, like Justice League and all of them, where they just have all these like sideshow subordinates for the big villain, and they just all look the same. They're really lazy looking. And then the villain of that movie, the witch, whatever her name was, the Enchantress, was just blah. Hey, I sent you another package. Oh, I know. Actually, I mentioned that earlier, Philip. I got to go to the mail tomorrow. I didn't make it to the mail today because of certain things about with the family, but I will make it to tomorrow, and if I get it tomorrow, I'll be doing an unboxing for it. Visiting Hours. I've never heard of that one either. Oh man, dude, you're on a roll. I've never heard of these movies. This is so embarrassing. But it'll also make for great content in the future if I'm still doing this. So like, it always helps. I remember seeing a rewrite of Suicide Squad by this channel, Timid Jester, where they made Brother Blood created with Peter. Oh, really? And the Mother Boxes as the main baddies. Brother Blood would have been neat. And it's funny now seeing Peter Capaldi as the Thinker now. The Thinker. And it's funny now seeing Peter. Enchantress is so dope in DC Comics, and they fed her up, and they fucked her up in the movies. Yeah. I mean, I never read the comics, so I don't know how different she is, but I'm sure the comics presented a lot of characters a lot better. Rawhead Rex. I've heard of Rawhead Rex. That is the first one I've heard of. How Confidential a few days ago, another channel that I am sub to did a stream about horror movies. Latex. Whistle down. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate that, Latex. I really do. Yes, I'm. And did you say you were subbed? Because I appreciate that. I really do. We are on the verge of 4,000 subscribers, folks. 4,000 subs. Literally, we started doing movie reactions 7 or 8 months ago. So we have just been on a roll, and you guys are just fantastic. I love to share the goodies. The goodies. Yes. And I'm glad you like to share them because I like to accept them. That's some good stuff. I've gotten more used to that stuff. I really have. But yeah, for all you who are jumping on, movie reaction should be coming back soon. Probably expect the next one in the next 5 days, really, if less than that. Dude, The Prophecy was sent to me by Harley. The Prophecy movies, yes, The Prophecy is one that people have been telling me to check out with Christopher Walken. Definitely one I'm looking forward to watching. Absolutely, man, absolutely. Michael needs to check out. I think when I do The Prophecy, I'm gonna have Michael try to do Hellraiser because he hasn't seen Hellraiser yet. Hellraiser's a classic. I didn't see Hellraiser till 2 years ago, and I didn't think I was gonna like it all that much, but I actually turned to love it. I've seen that one. I've seen Hellraiser once. I didn't really like Hellraiser 2. The second time I watched it, I liked it a bit more. So maybe the more I watch it, the better it gets. But so far, yeah, it's just been. So are we supposed to send you horror movie requests or what? You can send me horror movie requests. That's absolutely 100% fine. I mean, I still got to take. We have a Patreon, a patron. I mean, yeah, Patreon. I'm so out of it. We have a Patreon. So most of the time when I get recommendations, or if I have the movie on hand by, like I have it on a streaming service or Blu-ray or DVD, that's when I can react to it. So it might take me longer to react to the ones that if I don't own. If I own them, then it's going to happen a lot faster. But I also got to have them for the votes on Patreon. Patrons vote on the next movie reactions I do. So the next one I'm going to be doing is a movie called Santa Sangria. And then I think after that, gotta think of which one I did. I said I was going to do I Know What You Did Last Summer, so hopefully I get to that one soon. The fourth Hellraiser was awesome. I want to apologize for the bad cheat sheet in the package. Oh, dude, no, that's all good. Don't worry about it, but don't apologize, man. I'm just very thank you for even sending me something. Happy birthday to me. I own that one. Someone sent me that on Blu-ray. It's actually in my collection right now, so I will have to jump in on that at some point. Now that I've seen the Fear Street trilogy, I can say my ranking. I would put 1978 would be number 1, 1994, and 1666. I would have 1666 and 1994 switch, but that is a good ranking. I enjoy all the movies, so I respect that absolutely. I sent you a sample on Messenger. Oh, okay. Hello, long time no see. How are you? The Tuesday was my birthday. Oh, you're 28 now. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy late birthday. Thank you. That's awesome. Congratulations that you're 28 years old now. Everybody say happy birthday to Zombie Cat. Zombie Cat has not been on our streams in a while, I don't think. Got to go for now, but I'm glad to you, Michael. Feeling better and nearing the end of the quarantine. Take care and stay safe, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, Dr. Vic. Thank you, Sebastian, for jumping on in, and take care. Have a great night, man. While we are talking about, do you know what the movie about an orange-haired toy who comes to life and kills people? I forget. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I know which one you're talking about. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I've never seen the movie. Yes, say happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to Zombie Cat. Yes, 28 years old. We're going to go ahead and take a break, guys. When I come back, we're going to chat some more. Thank you for joining me. We're not going to go anywhere, so just stick around. I'll be back for another 10 minutes after my break, so be right back. All right. All right. 15 likes. Wow, I was only gone for a few minutes. 15 likes. Thank you guys so much. Holy hell. Francis, thank you for joining. Greetings. Just got done watching As Above, So Below. Really, really underrated flick, actually. I really like that one. You joined just as they were BRB. I know. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I am back. I am back for at least another 10 minutes. So, how is everybody doing? New people jumping on in. Sorry, I know this stream happened out of nowhere. Great movie. I agree. I like it. I like it quite a bit. 16 likes now. Wow, thank you guys so much. Holy hell. Yeah, this stream was mostly to come on here, give you guys an update about our current situation. Philip the Undertaker and his pals. Great cult classic Sweeney Todd vibes. Really. Well, I'm always down to watch something that has Sweeney Todd vibes, so that sounds very interesting, really, actually. First time watching. First time watching. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. 18 likes, I know, is blowing my mind. Thank you guys so much. Slay that like button if you haven't. Slay it with your machete, your scissors, whatever you got around you, your books. Slay it. So, yeah, and it's so very sweet of you guys, by the way. But yeah, actually, I plan on doing some more watch-alongs on the channel too. So like commentaries and stuff, and we'll do some more of those for movies that we've already seen. The Hidden 1987. The Hidden 1987. I don't think I've seen The Hidden. I've heard of The Hidden. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen a movie called The Unseen. Probably is like nowhere even near what that is about. What time the stream tomorrow night? Is tomorrow Friday? Yes, it is. I would probably go ahead and say 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll kill that like button with kindness. Well, I appreciate that. Do it softly. I unliked and then punched it. Oh, wow. What a busy, busy week. And I'm going to be filming even more after this video. So, like, I'm going to be filming more. Whew. Wow, 18 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I know I'm a broken record, but sorry. Okay. Oh, did I say something wrong? Latex? I unliked and then punched it. Bad Dreams, 1988. I have not. Ever seen Wizards? I don't think I've never seen Wizards, to be honest. Have you ever thought about becoming an actor? Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it. I've thought about, actually, I'm always down if there's like ever some low budget filmmakers out there and they want to get me in a movie. I'm down. I'll do something. I don't care. I don't care. I'll do it. But yeah, I've thought about it. Like when I was younger, I really thought about it. I wanted to do a lot of stuff like that, but you know, you kind of lose interest, but then you kind of gain it in some aspects. I wouldn't mind being a part of something. You didn't say something wrong. It's just there was silence. Oh, I didn't mean for the silence. No, I'm actually waiting for comments to jump on in. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. To offend you or nothing. It was just I was waiting for more comments to come on in. The Keep 1993, Michael Mann. Wizards rule. They killed Fritz. Hell yeah. I need to see. I'm gonna have to see it then. I've heard of it. The Wizards. I've heard of the Wizards. I can do really good voice impressions. I can imitate about 15 Pokemon. That's awesome. That's fucking epic. Wow. I can't. I don't think I can do any voices myself. It's like it's either me or not me. I'm not too talented. I was talking about silence in the comments, not you. Oh, okay. You know, actually, I think my next movie commentary, I think the polls actually voted on it. It's going to be Scream. So, like, if you guys want to watch Scream with me at some point, I'll probably be doing a full, I might even do the full series since Scream 5 is coming out soon. So that'd be a lot of fun. I might even do Halloween. We watch all the Halloween movies with you guys during the month of October before the new Halloween. Class of 1999. I have heard of that. Never seen it. I've heard of it though. We may have 20 likes, but we only have 4 people. That probably means that a lot of people had to go and do something, leave. But, oh, have you not seen the Scream movies before, or just rewatching? I've seen them before. I'm just rewatching them. Michael's actually reactions to all the Scream movies are here on the channel right now. So, like, if you guys want to go and check those out, they're actually here. The first video was like the first movie reaction we ever did, so like you can hardly hear the movie in the background at all, really. But his reaction's still there, so it's kind of fun. Scream 2, it got a lot better. You can hear the movie more than 3 and 4, a lot better. But yeah, those were the early days of filming. So not a lot of love on those videos because of the audio, obviously. But yeah, I like Scream a lot. The first one specifically, I'm a big fan of the first one. Like the fourth one. Enjoy the second one quite a bit. Third one, I enjoyed it, but I don't love it. What about Nightmare on Elm Street? Seen that? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen all the Nightmare films. I've seen all the Nightmare films, seen all the Friday the 13th films, seen all the Halloween films, seen all the Child's Play Chucky films. I've seen all the Leprechaun films. I've seen 2 of the Hellraiser films. I've seen all of the Evil Dead films. All the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Most of the big slashers I've seen. Most of them. The Fury, 1978. I have not seen that. Hardware, 1990. Not seen that one either. Actually, one of the biggest slashers, and I think they were robbed of a franchise, was My Bloody Valentine. It was like, that could have been a legitimate slasher franchise, but never happened. We got a remake and the original. And we're getting a fan film. Have you seen or heard of them? Best of the Big Bug movies. I have heard of them. I've never seen them. I've heard of it, though. I have noticed the only horror movie coming out more recently are just remakes or sequels. Yeah. Candyman, what was it? Escape Room, Halloween Kills, Chucky the series, which is a sequel to Cult of Chucky and the franchise. Yeah, no, not really many new original ideas coming out. Well, Lamb's coming out apparently. Lamb for May 24, so that could be a very interesting one. Not sure when it's coming out though. It might be still quite a ways away. But yeah, I've noticed that too. Latex, It. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of Stephen King stuff. I've seen the It movies, all of them, including the 1990 miniseries. I've seen Misery, Silver Bullet, Children of the Corn, Christine, Misery. I've already said Misery. The Shining, Doctor Sleep. The It has a new movie, I think. I think they're trying to make an It Chapter 3, which I'm not really sure. My phone, for some reason, was literally copying down everything I was saying. Not really sure what they're going to do with it. I know it's probably going to be like a prequel to Pennywise, but I don't think we need to see a prequel to Pennywise. I think It Chapter 2 was kind of a little bit of a bomb, to be honest. Like, it wasn't a great movie. It was fun. It was enjoyable at points, but they really botched a lot of things up with that movie. Can I drop a link, which is a safe link, to Google Documents of the horror and sci-fi movies Yes, you can go ahead and do that. He directed The Shining. Who are we talking about? No, I don't. No, he didn't direct The Shining. Stephen King. If we're talking about Stephen King, he didn't direct The Shining. Stanley Kubrick directed The Shining. Yep, The Shining. I actually had that on earlier. The Shining. Watched like about 10, 20 minutes of it, and I went upstairs. Carolyn, hey, thank you for joining us. How are you doing tonight? Oh, you want a break at work? Oh, I said he directed The Shining. Oh, my apologies. No, he didn't direct The Shining. I don't know what's wrong with me. He didn't direct The Shining. My bad. Um, I have a little bit of alcohol in my system, and I'm only on 4 hours of sleep right now. I know that's not healthy, but that's true. But no, he did not direct The Shining. My apologies. The great Stanley Kubrick. And then there was a TV miniseries that came out for The Shining, which I guess Stephen King was more involved with than Stanley Kubrick's movie. Well, Stanley Kubrick wasn't going to have him telling him what he could do with his movie. Just off a very long phone conversation with a friend. LOL, oh, don't worry about it. Hey, I'm glad you could make it at least. Goddamn YouTube for not notifying people. Have you seen? Yes, I have seen Doctor Sleep. Really love that movie. Doctor Sleep is phenomenal. I don't care what anybody says. I think it has one of the best horror movie villains of all time, and Rose the Hat, who was just terrifying. Really good stuff. Actually, I think Rose the Hat was scarier to me than Pennywise was from It Chapter 2, which I think came out the same year. Yeah, it came out the same year as Doctor Sleep. Are you still having that conversation? No, I think she just got off the phone with a long conversation with a friend. We are an hour into our live stream. Doctor Sleep was great. It took me a few minutes to get into it, really, but once we got going, I thought it was good. Yeah, I thought it was great. They were surprisingly more violent than I thought they were going to be with that movie. Like when they killed that kid, that baseball player, I was just like I was heartbroken by that. I seriously, that scene was so hard to watch. It was so painful to watch. I hated when they murdered children. I'm never a fan of when they murder children. It's just that scene with the baseball player was so heart-wrenching to watch. It was just like so painful, so scary, so violent. Me, the only one who hasn't seen a real horror movie. Now, if you wanted some recommendations for horror movies, I think that would be a good. If you haven't seen too many, a good recommendation for some. I could give you some recommendations. I turn on notifications, but none of them notify me. Yeah, isn't that weird? And it's not my, it's not my fault. YouTube literally, it's one of those things. It's YouTube's fault more than anything. But where they just don't notify you in time. Someone messaged me saying they were notified 10 hours after the stream had ended. Oh my god, that was horrifying. As a parent, oh yeah, I can only imagine as a parent. I'm just a guy who's against child abuse and stuff, and to me, like to see that kid like grabbed by like 8 different adults and like they shoved a knife into him and started like shoving their fingers into it and hurting him. I don't know what they were doing. I forget what they were doing in that scene. It was hard to watch. It was like, wow, this kid is literally screaming for his life and crying, and they are just pretty much laughing about it. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Honestly, Rose the Hat should have died more violently. She had a good death, but I wish her death was like a lot more violent, more painful. I remember having a dream with Hawkeye and Captain America where Hawkeye shot 3 kids by accident. No, wait, I think it was 5. That's fucked up. That's scary. They really did torture that poor kid. Yeah, it was pretty graphic stuff. I even warned my parents before watching it. I'm like, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a scene involving a kid that's going to get pretty violent, and I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to handle it. And they were like, oh, I'm not sure if we're going to watch it then. And I'm like, go ahead and watch it, but I'm going to warn you, it has a violent moment. So if you don't watch it, I'm not, I'll understand. And they watched it, and they just, they hated those people. They hated them. They were like, these people need to die. Never go into a van. That kid was being smart at first. He was like ignoring them when they were offering to take him home and stuff. But he should have kept running. He should have ran. Have you seen The Changeling with Angelina Jolie? Angelina Jolie, great. Couldn't watch it as a parent. It was bad to watch. I've seen a movie called The Changeling with George C. Scott. I couldn't remember if Angelina Jolie was in the movie too, but I've seen the one with George C. Scott. I don't think I've seen the one with Angelina Jolie. Really love the one with George C. Scott. George C. Scott, that movie was fucking phenomenal. Yeah, I'm never a fan of watching kids die in movies. Never was. Don't like it. Um, Especially when they decide to show it happening on screen. Like they show you that kid getting tortured. It was hard to watch. And then they buried him right there. Isn't Rose the Hat like, I don't know, 700 years old or something like that? Like she's been alive for a long ass time. There's some people even in Egyptian times with among that group, like old Pharaoh Egyptian times. It was crazy. In the book, they started off watching 9/11 and soaking up the steam. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a different movie. Have you seen The Witch? Yeah, oh dude, The Witch, directed by Robert Eggers. I think that's his name. Phenomenal movie. Fucking nominal movie. Love it. The Changeling. Yeah, I love The Changeling. Well, at least the one with George C. Scott. I need to watch the one with Angelina Jolie. But dude, the fucking uh The Witch was just so good. Sometimes when people say it is in the movie, I get confused because there's a horror story in a book called It. Yep, and it was really disturbing. Yeah. Life Force from 1985. I have not seen Life Force. I've heard of Life Force, never seen it. The Witch has one scene that got, dude, The Witch was just, The Witch was a powerful movie. It's my family. There's some people in my family who think it's kind of boring. I mean, they told my family, a lot of my family members, that it was kind of boring. They shouldn't watch it. It was a bad movie. But it's like, it's a slow burn movie, but it's like psychologically it's effective, and it is terrifying when it wants to be and needs to be. That movie gets under my skin. It's a really good time, in my opinion. I also love The Lighthouse, which I love a little bit more than The Witch, but yes, George C. Scott. George C. Scott, love that movie. One of my favorite haunted house films of all time. Life Force. That's why I hated The Mist. I have never seen The Mist. Because it didn't happen like that in the book. I gotta watch The Mist, actually. I know that's one of the Stephen King adapted films I have not seen, so... Mist is Stephen King, right? The Mist? Yeah. It is, right? Toe Pooper did Life Force. Well, with Toe Pooper attached, that's... You sold me. You sold me. Gonna need to watch me some Life Force now. Anything with Toe Pooper attached, I'm down. I'm down. I'll watch it. Toe Hooper is an underrated gem in the horror community. He's beloved, but he's kind of underrated. Also, Salem's Lot from 1978-9. Yeah, I love Salem's Lot. We did a commentary on that movie actually a long while back, and we didn't know the TV was up in the background. So when we tried to post it to the channel, we got a copyright claim that like blocked it in every fucking country, so we couldn't post it. We sat there for almost 3 hours, and it was just a giant waste of time. And it was also Michael's first time watching it too. The Mist, story by Stephen King. Yes. Okay, I thought it was by Stephen King. I was like, I always get The Fog and The Mist confused with each other. The Fog is a John Carpenter film that has to do with like pirates moving in like the fog and stuff and killing people. Yeah, I do, Philip. You're right. Let the Right One In. That has actually been on my radar for a long time. That was actually on a Patreon poll not too long ago. It didn't win the poll, but it's been one I've been wanting to watch. The book was so terrifying and ended completely different than the movie, although I hear the Stephen King actually liked the way they changed and ended it. Yeah. Oh, you talking about The Mist? For a second, I don't know why you're talking about Dr. Sleeper signing. But KBH, wow. I Stephen I never take what Stephen King says about films too seriously sometimes. I mean, I still gotta watch The Mist. Because I remember when he said like, Stephen King, the It Chapter 2 movie that was coming out, he was like raving about it and stuff, saying like, oh, it's gonna blow you guys away and stuff. And I watched that movie and I loved it at first. Second time watching it, I definitely did not love it. Sebastian, I'm back. Awesome. I'm glad to see you're back. We're not gonna be on too much longer, folks, because I do got some filming to do tonight. The Fog versus the Mist movie. LOL. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, I still see the Mist, but The Fog. I mean, have you guys? I remember watching Storm of the Century. That was a crazy movie. I actually got Rose Red on DVD, and I'm hoping Michael's gonna do a reaction to that entire fucking movie. Oh, that TV miniseries, Rose Red. That would be rather fucking epic if he did, actually. Had to take care of something, but I'm back. Oh, don't worry about it, man. I appreciate that. Toe Pooper is one of the stars of Carpenter's Dark Star. He has one of the best scenes. I still need to watch Dark Star. There's some Carpenter films I still gotta watch. I gotta watch, thankfully I finally got to sit down and watch Big Trouble in Little China, which my reaction is up on YouTube. What was the other one I gotta watch? Escape from New York is one I gotta watch. I gotta watch Assault on Precinct 13. Yeah, he didn't like The Shining either. No, he hated The Shining. He hated Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. He did not like everything they did. I think Stanley Kubrick did a masterpiece of a job. You know, he made a TV series. I started watching some of the TV series, got extremely bored of it. So, yeah. Pork Chop Express. Speaking of Tobe Hooper, finally watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Loved it. It's a great time. It's a very different movie than the first one, but it's a great fucking time. I respect it. Love Rose Red. Rose Red is one of the most underrated haunted house movies of all time. There's scenes in that movie that haunted me as a kid. What is with the hate, TCM2? Oh, what is with the hate, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? People hated it because they went in a completely different direction than the first one. They were kind of hoping for a sequel to, like a direct sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, but instead they went with a completely different story, different tone, try to make it more of a comedy than a horror film, which the first one was a dark comedy, but this one they really kind of just wanted to make it a dark comedy. So it was such a different movie to a beloved movie that they kind of just didn't like it. Body Bags is a great anthology movie, yeah. One of the Suicide Squad trailers was hardly even a trailer. It's just saying that you should buy a big screen and speakers as loud as possible to watch the Suicide Squad. The Shining is one of my son's favorite movies. We were actually going to see it in theaters a few years ago when they did a re-release. It was awesome. That is awesome. That sounds awesome. Shane White, me too. Have you seen Rubber? I have seen parts of Rubber. The Killer Tire. Yeah, I've seen parts. Thank you for joining us, Shane. How are you doing, man? Good. A lot of people are jumping on in now. No, they're, not there, not there, not there. Remember when in Rose Red when the door shuts on that guy's hand and takes his fucking fingers off? Scared me. Dog will hunt. Stupid fun. I got confused with the Rubber channel on YouTube about CSPS, Texas Chainsaw 2, TC2, Texas Chainsaw 2, right? Who in the I really enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, though. I think it's a great fucking time. It's like a good popcorn flick. There's some weird shit about it for sure, but overall, really fun. They kind of did give a follow-up to Dennis Hopper as the Hardesty sibling uncle. Yeah, he was like an uncle or, yeah. Out for Revenge, and I think a lot of House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects owes a lot of credit to Texas Chainsaw. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Rubber is hilarious. SCP Devil from 2010. I have seen Devil. Crazy movie. All right, folks. I'm doing pretty well. I'll be going to Vegas Monday, coming back on Friday. We were going to go last year, and COVID happened. We'll be wearing our mask, which sucks. Yeah, I that's unfortunate, but I hope you have fun regardless of the COVID mask. I mean, I still hope you have fun in Las Vegas for sure. ECP, not CPC. Stir of Echoes, I have seen. Very underrated with Kevin Bacon. Stupid Tire taking a shout. Dude, that movie was ridiculous. And they only made it because why not? All right, I know we have some people jumping on in, but we have been on for an hour and 13 minutes. I got to go live, like, tomorrow. So, like, we'll be back tomorrow. So, like, Stir of Echoes is good. A lot of twists and turns. I saw The Shining at a drive-in. Triple feature, Dusk Till Dawn. $2 per. That's awesome. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I will be back later on, kind of today-ish, tomorrow-ish, and we will talk more. Please be ready. The alerts, for some reason, the notifications don't really notify a lot of people, so I know that's stupid, but we will try to get everybody to jump on in. So subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Got a couple new faces in here, so I appreciate you guys watching. We post as often as we can. We are very retro. We keep it retro, and we have a fun time doing it. So we will be back. So you should probably take a break at some point. Definitely. You're probably right, but I do enjoy doing what I'm doing. So until next time, guys, take care. I will check you guys out in the next video. Have a great day.